Cause you're out here trying to flex on females. Oh, you want to talk about the way somebody look? Boy, your head looking like a bag of burnt Cheetos. My man out here looking like a black Sideshow Bob and shit. Bro really opened up that vegan chakra and got himself a third eye. Oh, how your damn haircut looking like a terrorist attack? Oh, nah. You went to the barber and asked for that damn 9/11, huh? Upside down, dirty mop looking ass. We got this bomber clot, ragamuffin, Brillo pad head having ass. How the fuck does the front of your forehead look like the back of a Nestle Crunch bar? I thought vegans were supposed to have nice clear skin. I hope you kept your receipt, cause you need to get your money back. You want to talk about the way somebody else looks, but your face is out here throwing astrological gang signs, little dippers and shit. Oh no, he didn't. Okay, sit the fuck down. Bro, you got that Nightmare on Elm Street smile, them October 31st jack-o'-lantern teeth. What you needs to do is get your ass on Crest wash strips and some Invisalign there, bro. That's what you needs to do. Quit focusing on what other people look like and go fix your own damn self. Oh, queen. But how your teeth looking like the keys on a baby grand piano? Bro, when you brush your teeth, you start playing Beethoven symphonies and shit. Oh shit, you on that Beethoven? Oh no, that's just Vegceps brushing his teeth again. Dental flossing with Q-tips and shoelaces. If I stick 50 cents up in them bitches, I'm gonna get a pack of stickers.
Vegan phobic. He had me spitting out my coffee this morning, the jack-o'-lantern teeth and the flossing with Q-tips and shoelaces. I wanted to cut some of this short just to make it quick intro, but it was all too good. Okay, but I'm gonna get serious. This is Vagceps. I mean, is that how you say it? Vegceps? Yeah. And most of you know that he did that video on Udiditrong. They were buddies, they were friends, they were talking behind the scenes for a while. I don't know exactly how long, but she kind of took him under her wing because, as she's always said, she's not anti-vegan. It's just that veganism didn't work for her, even though she wanted to be a vegan, and we'll get into that. But I want to talk about this because it really brings up this issue that I've been talking about with how vegans all seem to be anti-human. You know, they care more about the theoretical animal than they do the human.
I'm not anti-vegan since the very beginning. Now, you are very anti-vegan, and if you guys want to know, the reason why she says she's not anti-vegan is because
what? Because you're gonna be a mind reader now, and that's basically what this whole video is. He shows a few messages, and we'll get into those as well, but they reveal none of which he is proclaiming, he's exposing and giving proof for. And the rest is him coming to all these conclusions, these theories and ideas that he's been discussing with other vegan friends who have probably, came down on him because he's young and naive and immature, and probably said, why are you friends with this anti-vegan? It doesn't matter that she's, says she's not against veganism necessarily. She eats meat. That makes it okay to demonize her and to treat her like a piece of trash.
I sympathize with it. I heard what she went through, and nobody should go through that. So I tried to support her way back to being healthy, despite the fact that she has to pay.
So he reveals a few things in this video. And one of them is that, well, he was being her friend as long as that he thought, sooner or later she would be able to find her way back to eating healthy, which means veganism, right, in his mind. So even though she told him she got worse, she got sicker when she was vegan, and animal foods were the only thing that she could tolerate, and that brought her back to some sort of normalcy, he's thinking, things are gonna improve, and she's gonna go back to plants. But it didn't happen fast enough for him.
None of which was caused by going on a plant-based diet, because a whole foods plant-based diet has literally been proven to be one of the healthiest diets and lifestyles that you could ever adopt if done properly. And she had an eating disorder in which she hasn't told anybody about. It's just the fact that you messed up your body and you do not want to hold yourself accountable for it. So the first claim debunked in this video will go, I am not anti-vegan. You clearly are.
So that's basically the gist of the video. I don't really even have to show you any clips. He just comes to a bunch of wild conclusions and theories and acts as if his mind reading is proof of that, and shows a couple messages she sent to him that are not proof of that. And you see what I'm saying? So it's like his proof is that she's eating meat. So that's all the proof he needs. This is the irrational world of a vegan that we're dealing with. This is with almost everyone I've encountered, at least on YouTube. Again, I don't want to say it's all of them, but it does seem like it's the larger majority.
Because I'm starting to think that so this is just the conclusion that we've come to, is that she's a huge liar and she's a troll.
A lot of thinking, a lot of feeling, more thinking, believing, faith. This is a religion, so yeah, you get the idea. She really didn't tell him much that she hasn't told everyone else when asked. She's not making whole videos about it because that's not what her channel is. But in live streams and whatnot, people ask questions, and I've heard her say it before, that she was always sick. She always had this autoimmune issue. And then it got way worse as a vegan, and there were a couple years there where she got extremely sick, damn near bedridden. Okay, and so obviously that's a miserable existence. She confided in him after his rabbit died and let him know that, maybe it's more comforting. Maybe it's a better choice sometimes in some circumstances to help him feel better. And this is what he does. He turns around and exposes these very private, intimate details that she gave him to somehow make veganism look better, but it doesn't. All it's showing is that veganism was not good enough. It actually made things extremely worse, and animal foods were the only thing that brought her back to life.
So this is just the conclusion that we've come to, is that she's a huge liar and she's a troll.
Did you catch that wee? Does he have a mouse in his pocket, or is it another vegan in his pocket?
Likes to make fun of vegans and the way that they look. I'm going to show people what she looked like 3 years after being vegan. Okay, this was 3 years that she claimed she looked like after being vegan.
Notice how the little weasel has a moment of clarity there, and he's like, oops, wait a second, I'm exposing veganism. This is 3 years after she was vegan, and I'm saying she looks terrible. So let me throw in the word claim. How embarrassing. And I know he's like 17 years old, so I imagine one day as a man, he may look back at this and be like, wow, I literally was showing myself up by putting down a girl who was struggling right after veganism with an autoimmune issue. Veganism destroying her gut, destroying her health. She poses, shows us her bloated belly after eating one pear, and I'm posing next to her, showing how amazing I look and how much I can do it right. Not many other people can do veganism right, but I can, so that means I'm special, right?
But instead you want to go online and pretend that a plant-based diet did you wrong. This woman has had an eating disorder for years, and years.
No, she never claimed that. She said, as a vegan, her symptoms got worse. They did not get better. They just proceeded to get worse. And the only thing that helped her get better was meat. How hard is this to understand?
So it has nothing to do with whether you're plant-based or not.
But it clearly does, because she was getting sicker as a vegan. And she can barely tolerate even a few plants now. So it clearly does have something to do with veganism. At least for her. Can you quit gaslighting for one moment and listen to her?
As you can imagine, this is why she fell into her eating disorders, and this is why she probably followed a plant-based diet, was because she was eating like this.
Now you're just nonsensical. What are you talking about? So meat, the only thing that she can eat now and not be sick from, the only thing that saved her and brought her health back, is why she couldn't be a vegan. It's why she has an eating disorder. It's what?
Sorry, you can't maintain optimal health by eating Guardian chicken wings and soy bites and chicken nuggets and day of pizzas all day.
Assuming all that you just described are processed plant, fake meats and whatnot, and you're not conflating that with animal foods, well, yeah, no duh, you can't be healthy eating that crap. But clearly, Sky is healthier, eating chicken wings that she put in an air fryer, didn't saturate in vegetable oils or processed flours and whatnot. Clearly, these animal foods that she is eating are doing this to her, rather than when she was a vegan, what these plant foods were doing to her. No, this is triggering and hard to understand, and you don't want to believe it. You want to conflate them all animal foods, with all your processed, like Beyond Burgers and whatnot, and it's not the same thing. Animal foods are full of nutrition. They're easy on the digestion. They promote health, clearly, as we see here.
I'm really sorry you guys have to see this. I know it might be triggering and traumatizing, and it's disgusting to see, and it is for me as well, but same seasoning from a piece of animal flesh onto a piece of tofu, you have just recreated meat. The texture is there, the pleasure is there, and in fact, into your own arm, Did you taste anything? Most likely, you tasted nothing. The reason for this being, meat tastes like nothing. The reason meat has flavor is because it's seasoned with spices such as salt and pepper, or how about onion powder, chili powder, paprika, or maybe mustard or ketchup, all of which come from the planet. Keyword there being plant.
Wow. What a leap. Oh, by the way, trigger warning. Vegans, if those patties disturbed you, this is going to be disturbing. This is the chicken I killed Friday. My little boy was very excited to be a part of it and to help me with it. And no, it's not because he's a psychopath. It's because he understands the difference in what is food and what we should appreciate. He has another rooster that he picks up and pets and loves on, and he would never let anyone touch that one. But this rooster right here that we killed, we had been planning for it for a while. He understood it. And it was also kind of a dick. It would peck at everyone and bite everyone, so that made it a little bit easier. You're telling me, since plants come from the planet, like animals do, that I could take this chicken, chop it up, boil it up like I did. I made a delicious chicken broth with it that I put plants in with it, and I added salt as well. So you're telling me I could have just eliminated the chicken altogether, just put the carrots, celery, onion, water, salt in, I don't know, a little tofu as well, and it would have tasted just like this? This is beyond the point of irrationality. Like, I get you want to promote that you can get plants alone to taste somewhat okay, but going to the extremes of saying meat is only good because we put salt on it? You are delusional. But back to this anti-humanism that seems to be so prevalent in the vegan movement. This chicken right here, all red. This chicken bit my little boy, the curly-headed one, the youngest one, so many times. It was because he was short. So he would attack like the shortest, smallest person. He felt like, he was more vulnerable. Every time he turned around, he pecked his back, he jumped on him, scratched him down his back, bit his neck. The last time he scratched his face, he scratched my other kids, of course, myself, my mom. Everyone got bit by this chicken. That's besides the point. Even if it was a sweet, nice chicken and we had planned to kill him, that's what we chose, because we need animals for our nutrition regardless. So whether we kill them or we go to a farm or the grocery store, it doesn't really matter. We need this to survive, to live. The point is, what is it about vegans that they can't differentiate? Like, what's more important? Why is the chicken more important than Sky here? Why is her suffering not important to you? Why is a theoretical animal that you don't know and that you will never physically touch, why are they more important? She told you about her suffering. And she's telling you this in confidence. And veganism, this whole cult, is more important to you. The animals, the theoretical animals, are more important to you than this human animal. So what is it? Why? I would theorize, unlike this little boy, you had no one to help you differentiate these things, to help you understand what matters, and help you connect with your own spirit. And so many people grow up like this in this world, and they're so detached. They want to have empathy, but they don't for other humans. They don't look around and they don't love and feel things for other humans, so they want to pretend they have this theoretical love for animals that they don't ever want to touch either. They don't ever want to actually go out and get their hands dirty. So I think that's what it is. And by the way, this picture here of Sky, she had already left veganism. Everything he said in that video was a lie. This was after her trying to eat a pear. This was an improvement because she's standing up. As you see, she's not bedridden. So she's on her feet, so she's doing better. She's eating meat, and she's starting to digest foods and be able to get a little bit of her health back. But she ate a pear, and her stomach bloated out because she still couldn't and still can't tolerate a lot of these plant foods. It's all this gaslighting is to save the face of their religion, to save their ego, to help them feel like they're, righteous and they're ethical and all of this crap. And it's really gross. It really is. They're the ultimate keyboard warriors. But let's just pretend for a moment that he's right, that she had an eating disorder and that, she can't take accountability and she did this to her body. Okay, well, no matter what sort of gaslighting they use, the various reasons they give that people are doing it wrong and didn't do veganism right, and it's not veganism, it's you, blah, blah, blah. Okay, why in all of these scenarios does animal foods work best?
You messed up your body, and you do not want to hold yourself accountable for it.
All you're doing is telling us if you've got an eating disorder, if you've got IBS, if you've got autoimmunity, if you've got, just name anything, pick from the list of issues people have and have to leave veganism for, that animal foods will be your answer. They will work when veganism can't. So maybe y'all should just change tactics. From now on, when someone leaves veganism, you don't have to look into it. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is be like, they were lazy. So they're lazy, or they're liars, or they're both. And if they are to believe that this diet will work for anyone and everyone, it's the best possible diet, and it works for all stages of life, then they also have to believe that everyone can do it. So even the person that is bedridden and down to eating macadamia nuts and won't even consider that animal foods are a food group to even choose from, and so they're suffering. If that person doesn't get sympathy and doesn't get understanding and compassion as a human, then no human does, So I think it's safe to assume that when they say veganism is for all animals, being compassionate and doing the least amount of harm, they're only talking about animals, not humans. They're absolutely not talking about humans. Humans are not included in this veganism scenario. Because as much as I hear them blame eating disorders on why someone had to leave veganism, you would think they would have compassion enough to understand that when someone has an eating disorder, if that were true, that you shouldn't be making fun of their appearance. You know what I mean? You should tread lightly, right? So either they don't really believe this and they're just using that as an excuse, or they don't care. They literally don't care about humans. So that's it, the end. I just want to really drive that point home, that human lives don't matter, and they should make that known. That should be well known with veganism and new people getting into this, because animal lives will always come first.
Okay, sit the fuck down. Bro, you got that Nightmare on Elm Street smile. Them October 31st jack-o'-lantern teeth, flossing with Q-tips and shoelaces. If I stick 50 cents up in them bitches, I'm gonna get a pack of stickers.